Imagine a world where people with chronic illness was valued simply for being a human being. I know, it sounds like an utopia. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline. Today's video started off a little bit different than usual. I started off by telling you about a utopia, a world where people with chronic illness are valued. Before I get more into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like this video, share the video, and you can also go follow me on my Instagram. That's also called The Art of Being Ill. This video is more about a thought that I had that I wanted to share with you. I've been thinking a lot about what it would mean for humans in general, but especially people with chronic illness or disabilities if we were valued as human beings. In the modern society, we value productivity more than anything. And people who cannot be productive, chronically ill people, disabled people, for example, are worth less than healthy people who can be productive. We see it everywhere. We see these influencers who claim that they get up at 4 a.m., then they journal, then they meditate, then they exercise, and then by 7 a.m. they are having the perfect morning with their children, gets them off to school, then they work, come home around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and do homework with their children, have the perfect, healthy, balanced dinner, then they spend some quality time with their children. The children goes to bed around 8 p.m. and then they stay up and work till midnight, and then they of course only sleep 4 hours a night because look at me, I'm so productive. Well, hopefully when you see these things you know it's not true. There is no way that that's how all their days look. No one's life is perfect, but the reason influencers like that can be successful on social media is because they show what society values. They are considered valued members of society because they're being productive. And this is just the most tragic thing in the whole world. It's the saddest thing about modern society. Dr. Gabor Mate has said that in order for this modern society to function, we have to separate the soul from the body, because we wouldn't treat people the way we do if we believed they had a soul. And I think this is very saying for the world in general. And I think a lot of people out there with chronic illness and disability understands exactly what that quote means. Because we have all tried feeling like we were a problem, one way or another, whether that was in the doctor's office or it was watching a debate between politicians in the TV. We are viewed as something you have to fix, not just we are good enough as we are, and the reason we are doing the things we do is to help you, not to push you to be more productive. We are just a resource. And it's about getting as much out of your resources as possible. Otherwise, you become a problem. And we see this all the time. And I live in Denmark. We are a welfare state. I'm not even living in one of the worst countries. But we see politicians all the time. If they have any type of debate about the healthcare system, it's always that it's costing a lot. How can we save money? How can we make sure that sick people don't become more expensive? Because they are not bringing in as much as we are paying for their well-being. I'm pretty sure if we took an Excel sheet, someone like me, my number would be red. I am definitely costing the state of Denmark a lot more than I am producing, than I'm bringing back in taxes. And even though I live in Denmark where we have universal healthcare and no politician in Denmark wants to change that, it's still a problem. It's never how can we make Caroline feel valued in society? How can we make her feel comfortable in society? It's always how can we make her cost less without harming her? At least it's without harming me, but it's always, can we do something where we can save money? So the red number is a little less red. The saddest thing is not only that this is actually how we view human beings and certain groups of society as a problem, that we see them as a resource rather than a human, rather than a living being. And if you are not fit to be productive for some reason, you become a problem, right? You have chronic illness, you're a problem. You have disability, you're a problem. You have addiction, you're a problem. You have some sort of trauma from your childhood that made you go down the wrong path, you're a problem. It's never, you're a human being, what can I do to help you? And the other thing about that is, if we actually did change our view of human beings from resources to human beings that we value, no matter how much they can contribute, and that we want to help, ironically enough, I personally believe people with disability, people with chronic illnesses would probably be more productive, because we wouldn't have to be stressed about our livelihoods, stressed every time the politicians are talking about changing something in the healthcare system and what is that going to mean for me. That we don't have to worry about an income. We don't have to worry about employers getting mad at us for having more sick days than most, or for having to go and get blood tests done every week, or if we just had no reason to worry about the basic human needs, because everybody viewed us as valuable to society, and everybody looked at us with compassion and said, I understand you have more sick days than me because you live with illness every day. And that's okay. I don't envy that you therefore technically is paid more than me because you are less at work. That's okay, because I understand. Like, if we had that viewpoint, if we didn't have to stress about our livelihoods, we would probably be more productive. Because, and this is of course my own little theory, but I think a lot of you with chronic illness out there is going to agree with me. When we are stressed, our symptoms becomes worse. We become more sick. The less stressed we are, the fewer symptoms we have, or the less troubling the symptoms are. If you have something like, we all know, for example, if you have pain of some sort, whether that's chronic pain or it's from Crohn's disease or whatever, arthritis, the pain is less painful if we're not stressed and if we are calm and feel good. Whereas if we are stressing out, it becomes worse. So I actually think in a society where we are more compassionate towards one another, where we take care of one another, well, we would probably become richer as a society. Not only, on our, as human beings, richer in just morals and our souls, but also financially. That's all politicians care about. That's all businesses care about. They probably would have an increase in income. They probably would. It probably would increase income of the whole country, all businesses, if we led with compassion. Well, for chronically ill people, because our symptoms would not feel as terrible, but also because if people are compassionate, you usually want to do more for them. You become more loyal to your employer. You don't stay at home one extra day if you feel like I can go in today. You work as much you can from home. You are willing to do more if you feel a compassion towards you, if you feel valued. You're not only capable of doing more, but you're also more motivated to do more. So it would be a win-win, in my opinion, for everyone. Sadly, that's not where we are at all. But imagine if it was that way. It could probably solve most of the world's problems, including the problem with chronically ill and disabled people. And I hate saying problem, because we are not a problem. And I want to make that very clear. If you feel less valued in society, if you feel like you are a problem to society, maybe even to your friends and family, remember, you're not the problem. The problem is society. It's the way we have built society, where we separate the soul from the body. That's the problem. I hope you liked this little video. It was just a thought I had that I wanted to share with you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, share this video, like the video, and you can also go follow me on my Instagram. That's also called The Art of Being Ill. Have a blessed rest of the day, and I'll see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.